Now we're going to go ahead and review 14a. We're using extended ratios to solve for missing values. And given the sides of the above polygon, this polygon ABCD, we have an extended ratio of 4, 5, 8, 9. And they go on to tell you, I mean, you could go by sight, but they go on to tell you the lengths BC is greater than AD, which is greater than CD, which is greater than AB. That making AB the smallest and BC the greatest. So if BC equals 54, find the perimeter and the length of each side. Now, if you remember from the notes we had taken last class, we have really 3 steps to doing, well, actually 2 steps to doing this. And it wasn't laid out as steps, but this is how we did this. We said the extended ratio is 4, 5, 8, 9. That's the first thing we want to take note of. Extended ratio. And we want to talk about, they always had the next step is really what is the total length, or so what's the total of this is the perimeter. In this case, we don't know it. They're actually asking us to find the perimeter, so we're just going to call it the perimeter. And in this case, if we wanted the perimeter, we would have 4x plus 5x plus 8x plus 9x. We could say that's going to be our perimeter. And we're sort of stuck. So we go look back up at our information, and our next step is to take note of the fact that they told us what BC was. It's 54. BC is 54. Well, if BC is 54, and BC happens to be greater than any of the other ones, remember it's right here, that's BC. If it's the greatest one, that's going to be the 9 or the 9x. So if that's the 9x, I can say BC equals 9x, which equals 54. Divide both sides by 9, x equals 6. So my multiplier is 6. So they said they wanted us to find the perimeter and find the length of each side. Well, I knew, again, this is based on what we just said there. We know the smallest side, AB, is going to be the 4x, right? And CD is the next smallest, which is going to be the 5x. And then we have 8x, which is AD. That's 8x. So those are the 4 sides, sort of color coded there. So we know when we say 4 times, well, 6 plus 5 times 6 plus 8 times 6 plus 9, that should give us our perimeter. So we have 24 plus 30 plus 48 plus 54. And what I would do normally is I'd go ahead and add a couple of them and add a couple more. So 156 is our perimeter. And we had been given units, so we can go ahead and say that's inches. Always like to name the units if they gave them to us. Now they also asked us to give each length. So we got them all right here. The shortest side was 24. So AB equals 24 inches. CD equals 30 inches. AD is going to equal 48 inches. And last but not least is BC, which was given to us initially as 54 inches. And sure enough, if we just plugged it in, we'd get that. So those are the lengths of the sides. So in a nutshell, that's how we work with extended ratios given one piece of information. Sometimes they give us the total perimeter, we find the X, and then we plug it in to find some of the other values. But hopefully that gives you a better understanding of 14A, using extended ratios to solve for missing values.